Welcome, my friends. We are playing Songs of Syx. As always, my name's Laundry, and we're just gonna have a good time today. So one of the big things I've been trying to do is, of course, improve, but I really want to make a gigantic farming city. I just want to do some farms. Okay, for that reason, we're gonna put it on Utopia and chill. And we're probably going to do this Cretonian style, just because they are excellent farmers. I think these are the people to make our dreams come true. So we're going to do that. They're really good at crafting, really bad soldiers. They don't like Garthemi and the Amoeba, but that's totally fine. I think this is a great place to start. Of course, LaundryTown. Sweater Bob is our name. And we'll confirm from here. So we could do the artisan. I don't really want to do any of these, so I'm gonna no titles. That's what we're gonna go with. For the seed, we're gonna do a random seed, and they really like areas that are good farming. So theoretically, if this is the first time you've ever been to the channel, welcome. I really like playing Songs of Syx. I really like playing Songs of Syx. This is easily one of my favorite games. I've been putting so much time into it. Why do we only ever have one neighbor? Have you guys noticed that? Why is it that we only ever have one neighbor? Maybe I do have more neighbors. It doesn't feel like it. It looks like that's the only people that we're neighbors with. So let's go ahead and regenerate that. That seems dumb. That doesn't make any sense. Maybe it's because of the way... Yeah, look at the roads. I might have two neighbors max. Very weird. Okay, at least we have two neighbors finally, and our neighbors are... Oh my gosh. That's not good. We're gonna have some issues. We got no... Oh, we do have a little homie at the Melly. We got a little homie here. That'll be pretty fun. Yinter. A couple of the tilapia pretty close by, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. But you know what? I think what I want is more possible towns to trade with. That's kind of my goal. It doesn't really look like any of them are mining towns, but we're not really by the mountain, so that makes sense. Let's go with this. There's really not a lot of empires around us. There is kind of the one up here as you get closer. Oh yeah, Conyx. That's a really big empire. We got to be careful of that one, as well as the big old foreman lore. Okay, with that out of the way, let's see where we should set up our throne. One of my favorite things about this game is just how intense the beginning is. And by intense, I mean very little stress. Decent amount of ore deposits there. Let's see, we got some intelligence there. We got fruits and opium over on this side. We got some of those little creatures. Some of the little reptile dudes. Seems like we're good on that end. It looks like this end's the best end, because you're going to have your war horses, you're going to have your orcs or your cows, and then your piggies over here. So this could be a really good spot, and my guess is that this area, very rich soil, look at all that. Look at all that. So we're going to put our throne room over here. Or could we start on the island? We could, but we're not going to. Not yet. We are going to make this our main throne area. But we'll move the throne after we're kind of settled down. But yeah, this will definitely be the throne and castle. That's kind of what I'm thinking. For that reason, since we have veggies, grain, and intelligence, we've got coal and a bunch of other things over here. We even got ore. I thought this said they didn't have ore. This is crazy. It totally has a bunch of ore. This is going to be the area that we settle down. Let's go ahead and do that. I'm thinking kind of over in this area. I don't want to use any of my really good soil, so let's look at the soil. Let's do it right over, yeah, either over here, or we could chop down some trees really quickly, I'm thinking. Let's go ahead and take this spot. right here. Perfect. And as is tradition, go ahead and grab yourself something to drink and chill, and maybe a little snack. And let's just have a good time playing Farming Simulator 26 with a Y. I think that's the title of this video. I've decided. So I definitely want to start out planting some farms. And what I've decided is this is going to be a very organic build. I could obviously make the really long and luscious farming areas, but I would like very much to have the farms be like alive and breathing. And so I'm going to use the planting tool first, and I'm going to build some roads. Now the idea of the roads is that basically that we're going to set up our area in a way that feels a little bit more organic. So you can see this kind of coastline over here. Well, let's go ahead and create a road that follows along the tree line here. We'll start here. And we'll do it right. I think here's really good. And then if we're thinking of bringing it to our... Oh, no, let's not. No, let's not do that. There we go. Here's what we're looking for. Kind of over in this area. Yeah, I think that looks pretty nice already. We do want to kind of connect it to this area, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to define... Yeah, let's move it across here. Make it look all nice. Here's what we'll do. How about this? Instead, we'll do the double wide. Where can we do it? That looks good. And then connect that there. And that way we'll be able to kind of keep this forest area as intact as possible. That looks kind of cool. At some point we are going to connect this whole area here, this land bridge, I'm thinking. Oh yeah, that's amazing. Look at that. Very cool. Let's do it a different way. Let's do it from here. Look at that. That'll look amazing. That'll be super cool. Okay, so that's one of the roads that will connect to our major kind of outpost area there. But let's go ahead and start setting up some, not necessarily infrastructure, but definitely going to put down our first warehouse. I do have a room copier I've been using, so I'll go ahead and make just my original 8 crate building. I am going to do it out of wood. Real quick, actually, do the Cretonians like wood? Their preference, yeah, they like wood way more, actually, so we'll do that. And they like veggies and bread and fruits. That will be our farming process for sure. We're going to go ahead and activate this job here. And get rolling. Great job, everybody. Working hard, working together. Now our crates, we're going to get one person in here. We're going to have crates for our wood, our stone, livestock. We should have rations. We should have fruits and veggies, I believe. Is that true? Veggies, livestock, fruits, rations, stone, and wood. Perfect. Now, while the warehouser is working on that, we are going to work, I'm thinking on these roads here, potentially. It's actually, yes, let's do that. Let's go ahead and work on this set of roads. And as those people get our shelves stocked with what we have, it'll make it a little bit easier. Also considering going and hunting some of the pastures. Up at the top here. Some of the intelligence. But I want to be careful. I don't want to do too much at one time. It's kind of taking a little bit for us to do this. It seems like they kind of suck at this, actually. Which, you know, kind of makes sense. they do kind of generally suck at this stuff. Want to make sure, currently I have veggies. So let's go ahead and get some fruits in the ground sooner rather than later. And great timing. So we'll do the fruits. I'm actually going to disallow all of us from being able to eat fruits. So no more fruits for us. The reason being is I want to use all of these fruits as much as possible. I'm going to use the fill tool. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's sick. Look at that. That looks just so much better. That looks so much better. Okay, so we have 49. We'll probably only be able to get away with. Like, truly, we'll only be able to get away with some of the fruits that we have. Currently up to 5 workers, so that's great. And let's get as much of this area as we can. 5.7 workers, and then we'll actually delete. Oh, sorry. We'll actually go ahead and delete some of this stuff. I'll do the brush tool and delete some of it. So that way we're getting not only 5 workers. Why do I not have a cool brush? There we go. So I want exactly 5 workers. Right there. Right, we're so close. 5.8, 5.5, 5.4, 5.3, 5.07. That's going to be perfect. And actually, this is going to stress me out. I know that I said it was going to be perfectly symmetrical. I'm a liar. There we go, back to 5.7. So this is going to be plenty of fruit to get this done, which I'm super excited about. And we're actually going to do the same kind of strategy for all of this area. So we're going to follow this nice and steady. I'm going to get this one going. Why am I in planning mode right now? Okay, probably because I was planning. That tends to happen. So we're going to do a couple things. First few things that we're going to do, I'm thinking, is the housing structures. And I can make my canal so I can go up to basically 100. I can go up to 100. Oh, I can make these columns huge then, actually. So the cool thing with our canals later on is that we can increase their range of our fertile soil, or at least the moisture that we're getting. So we could get really good moisture in areas that maybe wouldn't have it. So we could extend theoretically all the way up to the top here. This is only 47. Each stone water pump, it employs 6 people, and it puts up to 100 tiles. This is only 43. So we can, we'd be able to go up to somewhere close to here, which is actually huge. That's actually gigantic. Really cool system. I don't know if we will go that far. It might make sense for us because this area here is pretty good, but it's not perfect. Currently the way that the water pumps are set up is that they work for about, we'll say like 13 tiles left or right of the pump. And so if you made a perfectly square farm that was 26 tiles, you'd be able to put a canal on each side with the water pump, and it would be able to make that entire area, the entire width of it, really moist and good. So we could do that. We have a lot of workable soil here. So one of the things that we could do instead is, at least for the time being, we can build out kind of our farm area with, I think, probably, I don't know, like just this entire area. Let's just make this entire area farms is one way to do that. Maybe what I'll do is I'll use this as kind of an outline. And again, I'll do some planning here, but I can do it with roads. Oh, that's looking awesome. So here's the cool part with all this is now when we create our little areas in between, we will just follow all of our markings here. And man, is it gonna look cool. I promise you guys it's gonna look super cool. don't want to use up stuff unnecessarily. So that's one farm. It's going to be 5 workers, and we can just keep making more and more farms. So those are the fruits. I'm thinking what we'll do is create an area for fruits and an area for veggies, possibly. We'll get there. We could alternate them, of course, and maybe that makes more sense. We can always change them up later too, so don't think that just because we have these as fruits right now that they're always going to be fruits. We can of course adjust them so that way, like we can reseed them, for example. Can't do that here because it's not actually a farm yet. And we are going to activate that job, of course. And we'll probably activate the jobs for the road around it as well. So that way it's ready to go. And now back to the planting tool. Let's go ahead and make some more farms. I'm going to start and just do everything as like an alternate. So currently, because of the way that we have it set up, I'm not planning on using any canals. And I might change my mind in the future, but I don't think that I will. So currently I have it set on brush. Let's go ahead and set it on fill. The reason it's going to be set on fill and why I like that so much, actually, and I do like it a lot. I think it's super cool. Reason being is we can adjust the sizes and get some really cool stuff. Oh, it did take over some of our road, actually. So I'm going to say no to that, because I don't want to waste any of our road. We might have to build the road first, actually. Let's go to our moisture. It sucks. I didn't realize that was going to happen. Yeah, it took our entire road, basically. Well, that sucks. Ah, that's fine. That's just part of the game. Okay. So, it actually is gonna build all this. Before I get too crazy on the roads, maybe I'll do like a couple sections at a time. I think that makes general sense. And let's go ahead and let this go for a little bit. What I'm gonna do now that people are working on those things, I'm not going to go too hard. I am going to go ahead and forage here. Let's go ahead and take off our moisture overlay. We'll go to our meat area, and I believe I can just left click. I can shift click. Shift alt. Nope. Let me go ahead and hunt. I don't want to hunt children. One thing that we'll note here is that we just don't have enough warehouses. I'm realizing now, yeah, we definitely need more warehouses. Let's go ahead and sell off the livestock so that way I have room. I guess we'll sell them to you. Anyway, let's go ahead and offer all of our livestock for now because I'm not going to do the Auric move. I'm totally done with that. And they'll give us 995 coin. That'll work. Let them do that. These people will be working on meat here pretty soon. Hopefully they don't die. The next thing we should probably be working on is going to be houses. So our livestock is still here. Hoping that'll go away sooner rather than later. And as soon as it's down... Did I not sell all of it? That's fine. We're going to change this up to meat, so that way we have that available for them. They kind of like meat. They're not crazy about it, I'll say. I'll have them work on this. Let's get some houses set up. We're going to make them out of wood. We'll have some long houses. And man, I'd love to be able to adjust these and set them up so that way they kind of fit the angled grid a little nicer. They aren't going to do that. We are going to increase this to 3 at a time, and I'd like to put them here if I could. Maybe this makes sense, because you're going to have about 30 people here. This is going to be 5. Yeah, let's go ahead and set them up here, and then I'll just activate some of these jobs here. I'll activate these. And in fact, I will actually, because that's going to bug me if that doesn't work. They'll be right across the street from that. Okay. How are we doing on wood? Should be fine. These guys are clearing this area out for the fruit farms. Once this road is done, what we'll be able to do with the road is actually make additional farms. So we'll keep working on the road as it makes sense. Close to Warbeast, which is pretty cool. But yeah, I'd like to get these guys out of the rain if we can, and into houses. I made these out of wood because they're gonna like it way more if we have wood. They do have veggies to eat. They can eat the meat. They can eat the rations as well. That's totally fine. Once we have the wood constructed, the list goes additional storage before we have to do anything with the fruit farms. So we're definitely going to have to do something there. And like I said, we are going to move the throne. I think I might preemptively, as soon as I can, move the throne over here so I don't have to think about it as much. And then I can create the actual industries that I wanted to create over here. But we'll get there one at a time. Let's go ahead and speed this bad boy up and watch him work. Alright, so we got houses set up. Now we just need to work on the farm here. We can get some more immigrants, so I'm going to do it. Bring us up to 15. Get me more people working on that. And maybe it is time to set up our first little instances of growth here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set this auto... I don't want to do this too badly. I'll set it up to 25. So we'll bring in people as we can. This will produce some of our farming. It'll actually produce a lot because the Cretonians are very good at farming. But what I want to do is think about the design for this moving forward. So I'd love to have... You're going to have one house here. We could do... Maybe I copy this house. Copy this area. Turn it. Oh, here's what I'll do. I can corner it. I'm definitely gonna have to move these out of the way if I do that. But this will be fine. And I'm gonna pause. So I'll just suspend these jobs. But I'll do the same thing over here. And then... Or does that make sense to do that here? I think I need more roads in between, actually. So here's what I want to do. I want to make kind of a little plaza area. I'll make it 3 wide. If it's going to be 3 wide, that's fine, because people are going to be exiting another way. Which way did I make the doors? The wrong way. I made the doors the wrong way. That's actually very funny. So let's go ahead and cancel these jobs. That's very funny. That is very funny. Okay, so we're actually going to set up our warehouse right here. Just in this area. We're going to set up a really nice warehouse. I made a blueprint for this. So this is 2.5 storage. It should be plenty. I mean, we could actually boost this up. Let's go ahead and do that. Because I want to make these wider, the roads. Let's do 1, 2, 3. And maybe another one for good measure. Is going to be wood. So we're probably going to need to pull some wood here very soon. And then once I have this set up, I can probably get rid of that warehouse and my throne. Let's watch people work on things. Still okay on the wood. I need more wood. Let's go ahead and grab some. Which trees do I want to fell? Probably the ones. I think over here in this area. Let's go ahead and fell all these ones. Just because we don't really need them over in this area. We definitely don't need the ones that are in the farmland at all. Let's go ahead and do that. So we'll get our trees back. Currently at 11 food days because I'm not allowing anybody to eat, but as soon as this is done, then people can eat their fruits. So I'm going to allow people to eat fruits again. There's only 4 of them, but, you know, hopefully that'll help out a little bit. And we're probably going to need some more food as well. So let's go ahead and hunt some of the war beasts, maybe? Maybe we'll do some more aurochs, actually. Oh, we do have leather as well. So we'll hunt you and you. And that's probably plenty, actually. I do have onks. Where do I have them? No. Yeah, the aurochs are over here. So I might have to wait. But that way I got at least some of the food stabilized a little bit until this bad boy is ready to go in 11 days. That's a while. We're going to supply one person here. We're going to store leather. We're going to store fruits and veggies and meat. Maybe fish? I don't know. Anyway, we'll do bread. We'll do our wood. This one gets 5. Stone, we'll put 5 there as well. We can probably do a whole bunch of things directly in here. Maybe we'll do furniture. Furniture makes sense for us. And we'll do some coal. And we'll do grain. Let's not do grain. Let's just, we have some pelts on the ground I've seen. We don't have coal yet. We have some meat. We do have rations. We actually do need to put our rations away. And we got our veggies and our fruits. So I'll add a total of 10. I'm expecting to get how many out of this? 138. So this is a little overkill for the amount that we need, but that'll be good. Okay, so they are working on the farmers. 6 of my people are on that. I am at a point now where I really should be just destroying this warehouse and then moving the throne and moving on with my life. So let's go ahead and delete this. Once they're done with removing all of that information, all of the materials away from that, that'll be really good. Might make sense for us to get a woodcutter. Let's go ahead and increase the stone so they take more stone. And we're almost done with that stone here. Oh, they're taking all this stone first. I did not realize they had so much of this stone. Okay, so we got a bunch of stone. Are we done with this? Almost. Perfect. Okay, so what we're going to do is with our throne, we're actually going to move it. How do I do that? Here it is. Up at the top. Right there. So we are going to put our throne. I'm thinking over here where it overlooks everything. I'm going to put it right on the top of the hill. And it's going to look super cool. So once we move the throne there, I think it'll really help us feel good about ourselves. We do need to hunt some stuff. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's hunt some of the war beasts. I wonder if this is going to be good. I feel like we're probably going to get hurt, but let's see it happen. Let's see what people do here. I'm not seeing anybody go after him yet. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, there we go. Okay, we got some meats and we got some leather. Great news. This guy's working on the throne. It's almost done. Perfect. Since that's ready to go, let's go ahead and dismantle this entire guy right there. And then we can work on our actual little hidey hole area. So 11 months. This will produce in 11 days. This will produce in 9.2 days. So we're doing good. We can store up to 80 meats. Let's go ahead and increase that. So that way we don't have to worry about any of the meats not going to where we need them to. Seems like we're fine. Okay, and now let's actually do what we wanted to do. We will copy the area. This one. We'll turn it so it's, we can do it this way. We'll do it that way for one. I saw another YouTuber, the Dondorian, do it this way, and I thought it was really awesome. Dondorian Times, I think is his name. He's really cool. I like his videos a lot. I think we actually need to increase our pelt number here as well. He will work on that, and that'll look awesome, and there you go. Do I have veggies to get? I do. I have veggies up here. Okay, so with this, that'll look awesome. We're going to need a hearth. I just realized we don't even have a hearth. That's crazy. Does it make sense to have... Okay, so hearth here. Well, okay. Do I need to have it here, possibly? I think so. And then we're gonna go and immediately get into our decoration toolkit. We'll get some trees down. We'll get down some awesome little areas for trade, so that way people will feel really good about what's going on here. I'm not sure if this is the right move. I might need to actually move these torches, but I think for now it's fine. We'll put down some benches. So there'll be a bunch of benches here. A bunch of benches there, and there, there, and there. And maybe we do trees all along that. That'll be cool. We can even make roads, so this entire area here will be just one awesome road. I think that'll look pretty cool. It's going to require a bit of wood, so we might need to fell more trees, but we'll get there as we need. So far, so good. When we get to our production season, we are going to put in the vegetable farm here. We got lots of workers, but I really do need to get the hearth up. I realized kind of what a mistake that is. We're going to put a pause on... We're going to suspend this, so that way we can focus more intently on the hearth itself. And 7 people died. Well, that's a bummer. A lot of people are dying. Actually, a lot of people are dying. Well, we lost 14 people, so that's a bit of a bummer. What jobs? Let's just activate all these jobs, I guess. Yeah, well, we're gonna need to work on a grave, so we'll get working on that as well. That sucked. I do like our little trees, though. That's pretty nice. And it's alright, we're back up to 24 people. I will work on a mass grave here really quickly. And do I want to... I'll just put it here. Here's fine. I'll use some stone. The area is too thin at places. Where? Over there? That can't be right. Okay, this is being very annoying, so we're just going to do it this way. Never mind, we're just going to delete the whole thing. Very confused what they mean by it being too thin there. Okay, so now we got our hearth, though. And we're building some of that. I do want to get the graves off, the bodies off the ground, if possible. So we'll just make a tiny little mass grave over here, I think. They'll work on that, just as a little warning to the war beasts. A little confused what happened to this house. Are they still working on this? Doesn't look like it. That's weird. Okay. I guess we'll put it here. Very confusing why they just stopped working on that house. Maybe I suspended it and I shouldn't have. That's gonna piss me off. Okay, they fixed it. It looks fine. But that was going to piss me off for sure. Okay, so they're about to pick their fruit farms. And 239 is a lot of fruits. Let's also grab a bunch of veggies when it's available to us. I think they're up here somewhere. There they are. I do not understand why I can't grab this. Okay. Anyway. We're going to make it so that way, as soon as we are picking enough, I want to immediately get that next farm in the ground. So we'll do the vegetable farm here. This one we are going to fill in. So it looks nice. And now, it's actually going to look cool. Because it's not going to walk over our roads. At least theoretically. It doesn't look like it yet. Maybe I just need a brush tool. I think I'm overcomplicating this, actually. Like, it'll stop me when I can't do this because of terrain. With this one, we're going to make probably another 5, actually. Maybe that makes sense. Yeah, so let's go ahead and shift and get rid of some of this stuff. Okay, so that's 4. 5.3. Let's go ahead and shrink this bad boy. 5.07. That's about as close as we can get for that. Yeah, okay, so now we do still have the road in between. We'll work on that as we're able to with our veggies. So just in case, I'm going to make it so people aren't allowed to eat our veggies anymore. It might make them a little bit upset, but I think they'll be fine with it. I just want to have it available and ready to go. It's going to require 42 veggies. The veggies up here will be ready at some point. Oh, they're getting them now, actually. Perfect. So we're currently up to 25. We can probably increase this up to like, let's do 51. I know that might seem crazy, but we're 0 days away from pulling this bad boy off for the fruit farms. So we should be good there. Getting pretty close, I think, to where we need to actually have our janitor. So this is kind of like one little section. Could upgrade this area. No, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Okay, so we're getting lots of our fruits. A whole bunch, actually. Which you love to see. Love to see that, actually. That'll hold us together for a bit. Do we have enough fruits for this? We should. We should have enough fruits for this. Perfect. Very cool to see. I'm just gonna... I should do something with this stone. Let's go ahead and start thinking about... Oh, we can make a speaker. Perfect, actually. Perfect! Just realized you could put some speakers over here. I would put one over here, but it seems kind of like a waste of space. Yeah, let's do it. So if a speaker is there, what else could I do? Don't really want to put any of those there. Is there any decorations that are cool? I mean, not really. These are kind of the main things. I guess I could put some food distribution here. Feels a little unnecessary though, so I might not. We got plenty of benches for people to sit on. I think that the speaker's a good idea. Where should we put them though? Maybe out here? Seems like a very weird space thing, but that's fine. We got a bunch of this frickin' stone still. We'll just keep adding it. got so much stone. That's fine, though. It's a good problem to have, I think. Okay, next steps. I do think... I think we got enough people where we probably could just make our entire, like, road network. Let's go ahead and fill this out, by the way. And I am going to increase these. I thought it'd be big enough. I lied to myself. It's really not. Just doesn't look filling enough, you know what I mean? What we could do, we could take the brush tool from here, just make it kind of small. And we are going to start activating these jobs, so let's do that. Let's do all of it. Probably there is where I'm comfortable doing, at least for now. Ba-ba-ba. Looking good. Do the same thing down here, so that way it just looks a little bit more filled out, you know? The single lane roads just don't look that good comparatively. It's just the reality of the job. Just the reality of the job. Yeah, this is looking really nice so far. I'm actually very pleased about this. And people are doing fine. We're going to be producing a whole lot. We're at a point now, once we actually get over 50 people, and maybe I do need to start working a little bit more on happiness. Let's figure out what makes people happy. And then we'll help them out with that. So for these guys, what makes them happy? They are very happy, actually. What is going on? For access, let's go and look them up. So, food preferences, they want veggies, bread, and fruit. We'll do fruit and veggies easy, and then we'll work on bread. They, of course, want drink preferences. They like wood buildings. They like ponds. I can start working on a pond here pretty soon, maybe. Road preference, their favorite is the forest plaza. They don't mind fungus roads, fungus highways. Dirt roads, they actually like pretty good. If it's either going to be dirt or cobblestone, or it's going to be forest plaza. But oddly enough, they don't really care for the bricked roads. That's good to know. Plebeians, they really like gems and clay production and things like that, so that's good to know. Furniture, they're huge fans of furniture. Too bad they kind of suck at making furniture. It's a funny thing to like. Retirement, they really like, of course. Really good at governor points. Immigration speed. And study limit. They get a lot of fulfillment from hospitals, I'm assuming from farms as well. Oh yeah. Fruit farms are really good. All the farms they are fantastic at, as well as the restaurants and food stalls, so they'll be really good there. For secondary production, I'm assuming like bakeries, they're okay. Only 50%. That's fine. Okay, since that is the move right now, what could we do? We got the hearth. The speaker is currently up, doing their thing. That'll start going up more and more. Good, we'll start working on our food stalls and markets, but we're really not there yet. I actually think we need to get a carpenter set up here. I'd like to get it set up in this area, or over here. Hard to say. Carpenter's gonna be really important, so that way, moving forward, we can actually make a wood cutter and a couple other things for that kind of production. So maybe over in this area makes sense. And if I'm thinking of like an organic carpenter, it could be over in this area maybe. This is the main road that we're going to be using. This is going to be that secondary road. So let's go ahead and increase this. Let's go ahead and grab the line tool actually. Because here's what I'm thinking. Just start increasing this up here. And actually for our purposes, too wide is really good. And take a little bit of that space, but that should be good. Should be totally fine. Oh, someone became sick. Bummer. They'll be okay. I think we're overall doing pretty fine. Working on the road. I like the idea of our single production center here. Let's get back into our carpenter. So since we're going to be making the road here, kind of what I'm thinking is over in this area, maybe we'll make the carpenter. Change this to the fill tool. Just want to fill this out as much as possible. Let's go ahead and fill that one. Okay. Looking good. Very nice. It's gonna look so weird. It's gonna look so weird. I kind of hate it. I thought it'd be cool and like whimsical, but it just sucks. Actually, let's put it up here. Right? And we definitely need to start thinking about long term how the actual production's gonna be set up. This is the part of the playthroughs that I think is really critical. So I'd like houses to be here. Is that actually true? This area should definitely be some sort of like secondary production because you have fruit farms, veggie farms, you have your warehouse. So I guess not necessarily needed, but definitely feels important. Noticing it's kind of taking us a little bit longer to get up more people. I wonder why. We really want to get up to this second level of innovation. It's because people are really far from the throne. Anyway, it's fine. I'm not too worried about it. I've got a bunch of workers. I need to make the carpenter. Let's just make the carpenter. I can always change it later. I always tell myself that, and then I never change it. But I am serious this time. Okay, I am serious. So one of the things we can do, of course, is we can just copy this area, which I definitely want to do. And then we're going to flip it. Oh, not too far. So it can either be 2 wide or let's go ahead and make it a 4 wide setup. Don't need all the extra stuff here since we're going to be sharing the hearth and the well pretty easily here. So I'm actually going to suspend the hearth and the well. I'm actually going to cancel those jobs so that way they're not there anymore. And I don't need the speaker at all. In fact, this central plaza here, I might just cancel entirely until I figure out what else to put there. Possibly food stalls could be an answer. It's hard to say if that makes sense or not. With this set up here, what I'll be able to do is then kind of outline where it makes sense to have our carpenter. These people are starting to degrade, which is good news for us. This warehouse kind of needs to be over in this area. I am somewhat regretting the warehouse placement there. Okay, we did go up a little bit. Don't have any sort of innovation yet. We'll get there though. I think at the next one. There we go. Yeah, it's 75. We're getting close. Let's go ahead and increase this to 77. Add a few more plebeians. A few more Cretonians to this job. I think it does look really nice though. A lot of unused space. Hey! Okay, we'll take some more hammers, that's fine. For sure. I think it was like 300 something. It was actually very nice of them to do that. We do have it on Cupcake Vanilla mode though, so maybe that makes sense. So we could have a area over here, maybe an area over here. I kind of like this idea. Look at this. Wait a second. Wait a minute. I'm thinking out loud here. A lot of odd jobbers. Yes, that is true for sure. Maybe it's time to go get some grain so we have that available. It's obviously not ready yet, but when it is, actually it might be ready soon. It could be ready right now. Let's get all the grain going. We'll add it here so that way we have it available. It should be totally fine. And then what we'll do is we'll make a whole other grain farm. Let's do it now so that way we do not forget. We do need to have a road in between this. Just realized. Oh, we got a road in between. Dummy. That's fun. Okay, and then we'll do the fill tool for the rest of this. Up to 4.6, so 5.3 for sure. Let's go ahead and start reducing this down to, again, our 5. 5.6, 4.92. 5.04. 5.19 could be good. We're going to do 5.7. And then we'll say, yep, looks great. And we'll, of course, add in our little line for the road. We'll start working on that. We did pull in some of our fruit, but it wasn't that much, actually. So kind of requiring people to have access to the fruits as well, so they can eat. We're up to 58, so we kind of need a food stall area. I'm thinking up here. I'm thinking this could be a good food stall area. And we are in winter, and we're still a little low. Excuse me, we're still a little bit low. That was funny. Let's go ahead and get some meats going so people can actually eat those. Is anyone getting the grain? late summer. I think we missed our window. That's a bummer. But it's fine. At least we'll have it ready to go whenever it's ready. We could buy the grain right now, and we are going to do that. Just realized we can absolutely do that. How much grain did we need? We need 42. 42 grain, please. Do you have it? There you go. 42, and I'll give you 3K for that. No problemo. If that's the case, I'm probably just going to cancel this job. Yep, we're going to go ahead and cancel these so we don't have to worry about it. And then with the grain, we'll be able to make that happen as well. Let's look at the roads, see what path people are using the most. Definitely this one. Warehouse to and from to get their stuff. I'm kind of okay with them using that path instead of having our stalls and everything set up for people. I don't think it's really that necessary to have stalls. I'm going to increase up to 1,000 wood. I don't want to use all my crates on things that don't necessarily matter. You know what I mean? We got 46 people working. Probably need to really start expanding our farms. I kind of like the idea of keeping them smaller. And we are going to alternate. So let's go ahead and just keep alternating our 3s and 3s. So let's get back to, I think it was fruit was the first one. So yeah, we'll brush it up for a bit. Point where it probably makes sense. Then we can come in and fill in the rest. It's 5.5. That's too many. Looks good. Construct that when we're ready. And then when this is ready, we'll make the next one and the next one. And then I think when we're a little too far, probably when we're done with the next veggies and grain farms, then we'll start thinking about the next stage of expansion. Kind of what I'm thinking is an additional grain farm over here, and I still haven't frickin' made a carpenter. Jeez, man. Oh my gosh, this is insane. Also, this area feels very needed for something. I guess we could put a food stall here. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's put a food stall so that way people have something to eat. We're actually going to do the opposite here. Make our stalls perfect. Oh yeah, it looks great. Let's go ahead and do that. Over a nice little food stall area over here. Probably put some other things as necessary in this area as well, but that way, what's nice about this food stall location is you have all of the people that are working, they have food, you have all the people who live here, it's just right here to get food. It's pretty close. I'm thinking here's actually where I'm going to put a stage. I was thinking about that a little bit, and it seems like that's the right move. Okay, something's going on here. where these are just not being correctly made, and I don't really understand why. Like, they're not being fully copied over. That seems weird to me. I must be doing something wrong. I just don't know what it is. So how big is the stage? I'm not sure how big it is, but it's probably pretty big. Here's what I'm thinking. Walk with me. Oh yeah. Oh, that's gonna look sick. Okay. Anyway, when you have this information, now when we go to actually make the carpenter, I feel like we're gonna have a little bit more luck. Let's go ahead and just put it on top of this. Let's make it 11 by 13. And we'll do that for symmetry. For storage, we'll add just a little bit. Really don't think it needs that much. Because what it should be doing do the auxiliary stations here. Ooh, war horses. Go ahead and accept that as well. How are we doing efficiency-wise? Up to 87, 95, 90, 100%. Amazing. It's going to take a little bit of extra maintenance a year. So I don't love that. But we got to get it going. Realize what I should be putting kind of in this area. I think I'm going to put a janitor right there. So I'll put them in this area. And I am going to add the fill here because I think this is way cooler. It's a more forgiving design here, I think. For a janitor. Let's go ahead and remove that. That's cool. Okay. %. So maybe a little bit overkill. I'm gonna remove a decent chunk of this, actually. I've decided. Oh, that's why. I was like, why does this look weird? It's because it was weird. Alright. Good stuff. There you go. And then we can get a janitor set up for ourselves. Almost up to 75, which is really cool to see. We do have the fruit farm set up, so let's start working on our next veggie farm right here. Do it probably somewhere around this general vicinity, I think. Yep, and then we'll go to the fill tool. Fill out this little section. I'm assuming, yeah, it's sometimes it lets me go over. It's a little weird. I'll tell you that it's a little weird. Let's go ahead and switch this up to the brush tool. trying to get to that elusive 4.9 or 5.07. Perfect. Love to see it. Yeah, this looks really cool. In my opinion, I think this just looks super cool. And we'll make one more grain farm, and that'll be awesome. We're still 1.8 days out from this, but now we can make labs. Okay, so here's what we should be focusing on. Fruit, veggies, and bread. We'll do fruits, veggies, and bread. I'm not going to do that yet. I will wait. Because I'd like to have other things available when we're ready. Probably are going to need warhammers sooner rather than later. So I am going to unlock warhammers. And then for bakeries, we'll get there when we'll get there. But so far, I think that's pretty good. So if that's the case, then I am going to add 1 to grain. And we'll see where that puts us. But it really should put us up ahead. And since we can make labs, we could probably start working on the labs as well. We can put a lab here, for example, you know, just wherever. We do have the road here. Let's go ahead and start working on our grain farm. Sweet. Okay, that looks pretty good. Fill tool. Beautiful. Look at that, man. Looks freaking cool. All right. That should finish off our little area here. We'll be fully ready to go for this bad boy. I'm still kind of waiting on the construction. Oh, I've just been working on stuff, I see. Oh, we just put a whole bunch of people into the carpenter, which means we're going to start producing some furniture, which means now it is time to get a woodcutter. Let's go ahead and get a good chunk. Put it right here. How about, let's do 10 by 16. That's 6 workers. I'd like to get 10 workers if we can. That's 8, 9. So it's probably 10 here. It is. % efficiency. Let's do it. I'm thinking this could be the warehouse area for our grain, or sorry, for all of our immediate foods that we're gonna eat, so that way I can come here. I don't know, I'm just spitballing some ideas at this point. And we are gonna get some vegetables here. 'How can we really expand this bad boy? Let's remove rations from here. No bread for now. Okay, so this area could be... Oh, we're missing some workers. Probably because of the workload here. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and boost this up. We can now. Let's go ahead and boost this up to 100. That'll be awesome. Grain's gonna come in pretty soon. We don't really have a baker ready to go for the grain. Here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking you have one layer of your farming, the next layer of some sort of like production from the farms, and then kind of go from there. This area is gonna need to be for clay. It's okay for clay, actually. It's not the best. Is there another place I can do clay? I mean, way over here, maybe? This is nothing. Is this the clay you were talking about? No, it's over here. That one's okay, too. Yeah, the clay's not amazing. Here's the clay. For sure. We'll expand across this whole area, making our fruits. What we need to build is our little satellite areas. So since this is our big main hub for production, this guy's almost done decaying, and then we'll get rid of the mass grave. Could start thinking about pastures as well. I don't think they're that good at pastures, though, the Cretonians. I don't think so. Alright, start thinking about the next stage of development. We're gonna start getting some grain, could start making some bread. We do have wood coming from here. Let's... yeah, I'd like to turn this into a stage area if we could, for entertainment. Not fully there. Let's increase this to 105, by the way, or 106. How about that? As we get people. When is that next stage, by the way? It's at 200. Probably should start working on our labs, I'm thinking. Where's a place where we don't want to farm? Like, this area is all pretty good. It's all pretty decent. So, I'm not quite sure where it makes sense for us not to farm. We're going to produce so much from the shore. I think maybe this is the area we'll just restrict it to. These are people just chilling, waiting for work. Currently producing 439 a year from really only 2 farms, which is pretty cool. We could really specialize and just blow those numbers to the roof, but I think overall this is totally fine. I want to put the stage here, like I said, and then I think this will be my setup for big satellite areas. So big satellite areas over there, which means we should probably fill out this stuff. Here's what I was thinking. I was thinking of copying this road idea. Let's go ahead and build out these a little bit more. Let's make a line. So it looks a little bit beefier, you know? And then right here. We're gonna do 24 by 24. $32 by 32? Yeah. That'll look cool. Yeah, that'll look super cool. Okay. What's going on here? What is that? I don't like that. Okay. That was weird. That was super weird. Okay. Hopefully we'll fix whatever was going on there. I hated that. It's going to be slightly out of commission, but it's okay. So we got all this grain. We currently do not have a bread maker for the grain, but that's all good. And really, these fruits haven't truly come into their own just yet. You'd love to watch it work. Let's look at the paths. Biggest paths right now are the warehouse. So we could put just a warehouse here, stocking some specific items that make sense for that. Really deciding on what I want this design to be and feel like, you know? I like the idea of things coming here and then maybe going off from that direction. I think it came, yep, from right here. I think it was 32 by 32, if I'm not mistaken. It totally was. And that will be our decider. Nice. That looks super cool. It would make like a perfect copy this way, but probably doesn't make a whole lot of sense for us. What I'm thinking is some sort of like industry over in this area. Maybe that could make sense. Yeah, we'd definitely like to get the bakery up sooner rather than later since we have the grain. We got a decent amount of furniture as well. Could put up a charcoal kiln. And then probably just move this warehouse. Like I could make the same warehouse over in this area. Really, I should be kind of streamlining my entire logistic chain if possible. It's got a little mixture of organic and non-organic and all kinds of cool stuff. Definitely feels like the food production is something that we want to consider. Who's this guy? He's just the janitor, doing janitor stuff. You'd love to see it. Everyone seems to be getting all the things that they want here. So this seems like a good setup for our food stalls. Same thing with our janitor. We're not having any issues with that. A little far over here. So how about we kind of copy what we did over here? 1 second. Move this back to the line. Is that where it was? No, it started slightly above here. Perfect. And then 32 by 32. Yeah, except it started way out here. Correct. I think it's a little high, actually. No, that's fine. Just looks a little weird. It is a little high. We're gonna go ahead and cancel all these. All these jobs here. Oh, come on. We can do it. You can do it. And cancel that job. I wonder if we can copy, just like literally copy the, yeah, theoretically we could just copy the area. Okay. I'll do that here. So directly from the door, and then to the top here. Go ahead and copy that. And then from the door, why does that look stupid? It's because it is stupid? It looks dumb. Oh, because it's the wrong way. I see. Kinda. It's kinda the wrong way. It looks dumb. It definitely looks dumb. Okay. That's part of it. It's part of the process. How did I start this? So it wasn't there. Did I start here? I did. So from right there, means right here. That should lead me to 32 by 32. Theoretically. It's not what it looks like. Why is that not what it looks like? Okay, that looks better, actually. And then we will cancel some of these jobs. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. Thinking. Yeah. Yeah, that should work. Do I know that for sure? No, not at all. Not at all. But I like it. A little bit of mixture of organic and free range. Organic would be free range. What am I talking about? Alright, well over 103 right now. We'll start kicking it up here pretty soon. We can probably support way more than this. Still don't have... What things do we need? We definitely need a bakery, like I've mentioned multiple times now. And I think I'm going to put it here. I'm going to start thinking about the production side of stuff here. So let's get into that. Let's go to a bakery. We're going to do an 8 by 19 maybe? There we go. Storage is going to be right here. Why can't I do that? Come on. %, efficiency. I like this imagery. Except that isn't symmetrical at all. There we go. And then an oven here. Put 2 doors there. We can get the bakery going. Awesome. Ooh, okay. Could get an herb garden. That's not out of the question, of course. Here's the tough part about having the bakery over here, is that this is kind of the only thing that I need wood for. And that means it's going to be very inefficient to get the wood all the way from here to over here. So we're going to make a specific warehouse for wood. And it's going to be for wood. Sorry, I'm thinking out loud right now. Let's go ahead and grab it from here. There we go, a little bit more symmetrical as well. That's not going to work for me. Does that make sense to have that? No, probably not. 3.8 thousand should be plenty for, again, this is wood. That should work. That should work. We'll do that. Boost this up to 125. Just kind of waiting on, again, more and more of our industry to get working. So the whole job of this warehouse is to get wood, is to get grain, and then to the bakery I think is going to be stored closer to this area. It'll be over here. Thinking about supply chain logistics, huh? I think it looks okay. It's not like it looks amazing. I'm not going to pretend that's awesome. I think it's cool. Okay, so this is going to get grain. I'll give it 15 grain. I will give it 10 wood. Maybe that makes sense. 15 wood. And I'm also going to give it charcoal. I'm gonna start prepping myself for charcoal. I'll assign 2 warehouse workers to this. Considering just making a charcoal burner over here. Like up in this area, maybe? Maybe over here. I got a feeling I'll probably make more woodcutters over here. Woodcutter, charcoal, warehouse. Let's start planning that, actually. So we're going to make a woodcutter. It's going to be this entire area. And yes, I'm going to fill. If it will let me. Probably not going to fill all this. Like for example, I'll leave some of this space available. No. Okay, thank you. Awesome. Fantastic. So, it'll be more woodcutters over there. I know it's actually kind of... It's got a decent amount of noise. I don't think they care that much about noise, right? Oh, wait a minute. That's not good. That's not good. We'll get there. %, efficiency. Oh, we need clay for this. Didn't realize that. It's okay, we can probably buy it. We need 191 clay. Let's just go ahead and add some clay here. And then we'll go buy some from our homies over here. We need 191 clay. We will give you... What do we not need that we have some of? Dude, we got warhammers. Let me give you all our pelts. And then they'll give us a bunch of money. Win-win, actually. Sweet. So this carpenter, they'll be able to take from the main warehouse here, this wood. The additional wood from this woodcutter will go to this warehouse, potentially, I guess. Which is fine. These guys can pull out what's needed. We're getting clay here in just a sec, I promise you, I promise. Where's our clay coming in? Hopefully soon. Oh, just realized how much food we have. Crap. $610. Overkill. 880 is fine. Ooh, ran out of crates though. That's interesting. Also kind of maxed out on furniture here. But that's okay. We'll get rid of a grain. That'll be one less thing we can do over here. Did we get our grain yet? Or our clay? Oh, yep. No, we didn't. When are we gonna get our clay, man? Like, we definitely bought it, so that's a little weird. Just realized we were definitely not storing any bread. Let's go ahead and do that with our remaining 11. So we'll get our bread up. That'll be sweet. Look at that, production's awesome. Kind of got, okay, clay is slowly coming in. Very, very slowly coming in, I guess. Don't really know why. Oh, we're out of deliverymen is why. Oh, because everyone's working this freaking woodcutter. Okay, we don't need that. Okay, we're back in business. Here we go. Get us our woodcutter. 4 years in. Charcoal will make it so that way our wood goes a little bit further. Which you'll love to see. Cool, cool, cool. Why? Where is our freaking clay, man? So we need about another, like, 18 clay. What did you do with the clay we gave you? Yeah, shut up. Just do 20. You can have money. Just don't understand what happened. But, you know, what are you gonna do? Yeah, our bread's doing great now. Awesome. Sweet. There's too many people working in the charcoaler for sure. Probably only need like 5. Our charcoal will start going up. We're going to change our recipe so we use a little bit more grain, but we use a lot more charcoal as well. Nice. Veggies are nice to have because they come in a little early, and then you do fruits, and that feels really good. 38 fruits, yeah. Pretty sustainable right now. It feels like, at least. We still have 66 more houses, so we'll do this up to 175. No. Okay. Gosh. 174, and we're still pretty solid. Let's do it. 205. That should give us enough where we can get the stage going. Whenever we're ready for that. Grain will be ready pretty soon here. These guys are just waiting. How much grain are we expecting? Total of 1.1k. 0.36k, how about that? Charcoal is net pretty high right now. Wood is net pretty high as well. Maybe we start just selling. Yeah, maybe we just start selling stuff. Could make this little import-export place. Maybe that makes sense. I don't know about that. Throne is super far off, by the way, which I think is pretty cool. Where can we, like, really expand? We have a lot of dead space here, which I don't like. A lot of dead space, actually. And we haven't even really fully expanded, so maybe it just makes sense to just keep going down the line. And then building out our next steps. We could fully transition our grain production. We can make all of our grain here because it's closer to the wood. And we can expand this way with our like fruits and vegetables. And actually that kind of makes sense. A bunch of ore here as well. Could mine ore. People don't like mining ore though. And I kind of decided I wasn't going to do that. So yeah, I'm thinking we move on from the structure of alternating this way and turn all of this into grain. But that means we're going to need to supplement and add 3, fruit farms and, a few more of the veggie farms. So that way it's just full production mode over here. That's what I'm thinking. It's also funny that all of these guys have 6 workers when I kind of designed it to have 5, but I guess it's slightly over 5. And it's not too big of a deal. We'll dismantle that. Could do pasture. No, we're gonna do fully farms because that's what they're really good at. We'll just keep doing some farms. Yeah. I think I want to see what that looks like. The entirety of this inner ring just like fully farmed out. It really doesn't leave a whole lot for other things because the majority of stuff is actually like right next to the ocean here, or the river. Like the clay deposits or something we should probably figure out at some point, especially for our laboratories. We do have a stone deposit there. Let's just flush all this out. I don't think this is a good clay deposit. It's alright. There are some gems here, but I think this is the move to just keep going this way. So, if that's the case, let's go ahead and copy this design that we have. Since this is all going to be green, I'm not as worried about the other stuff. 1, 2, 3, so somewhere around here, I think. Yeah, we'll do it right around here. Perfect. So we'll get a hearth, we'll get a well, we'll get a speaker, bunch of houses. And then we'll get some roads set up for this bad boy. Yeah. As we do that, I'm also going to start implementing our plan. So we're going to start out with a whole bunch of fruit farms, I'm thinking. Oh, nice. That worked out. Let's just kind of randomly take out a couple of these bad boys. Maybe here. And then we're perfect. Very nice. Okay, building up the setup here. On the other side here, I'm going to put another style, like this style here. But this is actually going to be my market area, I've decided. I'm almost ready for a stage, but I don't want to fully do that yet. I don't want to commit too much to that. Let's go back to copy this area as well. Not all that, but all of this. That. Just put it on the other side. Bam. Looking good. So it'll be lots of housing. You're probably waiting for stuff to do over here. So we'll get some farms and everything set up over there. Decent amount of materials we're taking out, which is fine. Totally good. Do have the road here. And we said this is all going to be fruit farms. All of this. Good. Very nice. Fruit farms there. I think we'll do another 6 fruit farms, maybe. Maybe this is a storage area. I don't know. I'm not sure yet. I think this will be the storage area, actually. If I had to imagine. Let's just authorize them now. Now we're ready. We can get lavatories. Well, I think I've always been able to get lavatories, actually. We're definitely going to do entertainment, so we can do the stage. Let's hold off for now. Oh, it's perfect. Yes. Very nice. far is my speaker cover? Not that far, actually. It doesn't cover these guys at all. It's kind of funny. Could upgrade it. Not going to, but could. Thinking it's really difficult to know for sure what I should be making over here. Unavailable clay. What do you need clay for? Oh, I need it for that. For the charcoaler. I do need clay for that. Let's go ahead and just import it, I guess. Like, we can sell our furniture. Right? We could probably sell our furniture. I do have a decent amount of workers. I could probably make a clay mine work. These people are close enough where just one more settlement like this over by the clay area, that could be fine. For this area to be successful, I do need some markets though. So I'm gonna set up the markets in here. It's not that far from where they work. It probably makes sense to like put them a little closer, like over here. I'm considering just putting a warehouse here though, so that way people can come to the warehouse, do their thing. So let's do that. Let's make a warehouse here first. Yeah. Let's just do it that way. So on the left we have 2, 4, 5, 2, 4, 5. Perfect. Don't really love this any way that you shake it out. So instead we'll do it this way. That looks pretty good. 6,000 storage for this is probably plenty. It's probably fine, but I'm greedy. No, I'm just kidding. That'll be good. Sweet. Okay, for clay. Definitely need to get this sooner rather than later. For the meantime, I think I am just going to import it though. It's way too much money. I got like, I'll do like 100. Because I'm very rarely going to keep using clay like this. I just need it for now. Just for like maintenance. Maintenance is 1.49 a day, so yeah, that'll last us for a while. Fruit farm number 4, ready to go. Let's make another. Our fruit's about to explode here. So I want you to all be aware of what we're doing. It's kind of crazy, actually. Alright, so this is very big. Obviously too big. So we'll make some adjustments. Perfect size for that one. Awesome. 1, 2, 3. Once the road is done, go after more. Oh my gosh, we need more room for bread. Where is it? This is our bread area. I have no more room for bread. Okay. Could also start adding bread here. Just cause. Nope. I don't have room for bread. We're producing too much. Starting to fill out a little bit more over here. Let's keep on making our fruit farms. You're probably sitting there being like, well, why don't you just, like, chill and make one slightly bigger farm? Well, I like breaking them down into little farms like this. I think it's a little bit more fun. You know? I think it looks a little bit more pleasing, at least to my perspective. Oh, you guys build pretty quick, don't you? Working hard. One, 2, 3, 4. Let's do another 2. We're definitely at a point where I can probably give people just extra food. So that's what we're gonna do. So they start eating more food. Everyone wants to come hang out. Everybody wants to hang out with us. Let's make another. Just working on me. Don't mind the quietness. I'm not depressed. Just trying to figure out how to get this figured out. Things are rolling. Things are rolling. Okay, we're gonna have one more farm for this group, and then we'll have this final group here. And at the very bottom, we'll have our clay pit. So because of that reason, I do think we're in need of some roads in this area. Just to make sure. Nope. Can't. So one second. Just relax, guys. Cancel these jobs. Cancel those jobs. So up here makes sense. Right here where the fish guy is. I'll probably take it from here. Nice. So now I'll be able to protect all of that work here. I can activate all these jobs as well. Just so that way we're good to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then one more fruit farm. I'm making way more than I need to make. But I'm having fun, man. It's just so fun to make stuff in this game. It truly is a one-of-a-kind game, which you likely know. Speaking of which, thanks for hanging out. I'm having a good time. I hope you are as well. There's so much of this game still left to be explored for me. And I'm still having a great time doing it. But it's not for everybody. I'll be the first to tell you. This game is not for everybody. I'm allowing people to eat stuff, right? Yes, everyone can eat stuff. Okay, good. And that's for everybody? Everyone gets... Okay, good. Okay, gonna need some market stalls. This guy is all fruits. Let's go ahead and put some market stalls up. We'll start with... I wonder how far the stage actually reaches. Doesn't really reach anyone, so I'll go ahead and copy it over here. And we gotta make some food stalls for everybody. No distribution. We'll do some food and market stalls, and I'm gonna put them right over here. Just cause why not? That looks horrible. I hate this. That's no. That's not gonna work. There we go. Is that the best place for that? It's probably fine, right? It's gotta be fine. Also at a point where we need to start making some market stalls. Almost at harvest, as soon as we're done harvesting all of this fruit. Then what we'll do is we'll transition all of the fruit into grain. We'll do that for the vegetables right now. Ooh, I don't want to do for all of our vegetables. Yet I do. And yet I will. Did I only have 2 vegetable ones? I think I did. Anyway. We'll let that roll. Just so that way this area can become the grain-making capital of the world. Reseed this bad boy to grain. And almost done picking up this fruit as well. Lots of people skinny dipping. See this to grain. Okay, so perfect. So now all this stuff is grain, all this stuff is fruits. We're gonna have veggies on this side here very soon. And so just for us to help out ourselves, I want to make sure we at least get some of the seeding done for the veggies before we go too crazy. Nice. Okay, so far so good. Let's go ahead and make some market stalls for these guys as well. So we'll do some market stalls, probably right next to it. That'll look awesome. We're probably also going to need to put a janitor over here, so let's go ahead and grab our janitor. We'll just copy this bad boy. Bring him right over here. So that way he's kind of close to the work as well. Could put him over here. Does this make sense? It looks stupid. I don't like it. That looks dumb over there too. Ugh, yeah, it looks dumb. How about... could just put them over here. Why not? All this great fruit that we have. How much storage is here? There is 6.4 thousand storage. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I'm going to remove the fruits from over here. It's going to make it a little bit harder, but honestly, I'm fine with the food stall vendor getting what they need. What's the problem with this guy? Why is he having issues? I think that'll improve in a little bit, but anyway. It's probably because he's got to go all the way over there to get veggies. Which, that does suck, to be fair. I'll give you that. But he's relatively close to the bread manufacturing. Okay. Man, I am getting old. That is for sure. Yeah, the extra rations and access has been pretty good for us. I will say that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're gonna make our first veggie farm over here. Awesome. So, janitor, market, food stall. This is all looking pretty good. I think I might just copy this entire thing and do it again. So we'll literally copy this entire area. is my plan. Isn't that fun? It's a fun plan, I think. Oh, no. Don't want to copy that. Perfect. So we're gonna have 1, 2, 3. So kind of over in this area, it looks like. I'm actually gonna increase the distance so that I can actually increase the storage. It's likely going to be necessary to increase this because of just the insanity. It's probably fine. Okay. Nice. Whole point of this warehouse, of course, is going to be for the clay production when we're there, housing all of those guys and all of the workers we need for that as well. It's going to look really cool. Probably would make sense for me to put up like torches and things like that over along the path, and at some points I really am going to go hard and make all this stone, but I really don't have a stone deposit area. I kind of do over here, so maybe this may be a good spot to get. Actually, they don't even like stone, so no, I'm not going to get stone. Never mind. How's the food stall doing? Why are these people not doing okay? Is there anybody in these? That might be it. Let's go ahead and make another veggie farm right here. This one I don't care as much about, so we're gonna fill this one in all the way and just see what we got. 4.82. It's not half bad. We'll leave it as is. We have just enough veggies to plant this one. We'll be good there. I'm gonna go ahead and actually bring this down pretty significant. Okay, we can do this. And then we'll add in some more veggies, just to fill that out, so we have it available for us. One, two. This one will be the third veggie farm when we're ready to go. I think I'll probably wait till the next harvest, though. We're gonna decrease the 1.5 food preference, and we're going to increase our population to probably about 265. Should be fine. So we're going to get lots of people in to come help us out. All the grain, all that. How are we doing? Our bread manufacturing is probably through the roof, actually. We haven't even pulled grain this year. We still have 887. Amazing. Amazing. How do they feel about rations? I don't think we're there yet. But anyway, this has been a somewhat successful transitionary area. I'm less hyped about the roads and then the bakery warehouse area. If I looked at the noise, though, it might make a difference. Yeah, this whole area, these people probably hate themselves. But no noise over here, so that's all good. Just to get this to work, that's why this one is so popular. But this is like the main path to get to and from all these areas. Cool to see. Look at all these people doing stage stuff. Very fun. Still need some fruits, or sorry, veggies for this bad boy. We'll get there though. I'll tell you what, this definitely is farming simulator. Let me let me say that. Definitely at a point where it probably makes sense for us to make our clay mine, or a clay pit. We got so many people, it's ridiculous. And this is gonna suck up a whole bunch of workers, but like we have a lot. We don't need that many for farming actually. Yeah, we're gonna start making so much. So much, okay. Probably are gonna need. Wait, what? What do you mean? Oh, I see. Some of these areas are actually cut off. Cool. We are going to need a lot of storage, simply just, you know, because we're going to be making a whole bunch. All right, so efficiency-wise, let's go ahead and add a few of these. %, efficiency. Let's work on it. And once we're ready for the materials here, I think we'll be good to go. We're ready to bring in more people. Let's bump it up to 300. How's the janitor doing? Do they need anything? So far it looks fine. Look at this ore deposit we're not even touching yet. I kind of just built... Oh, there's a stone deposit right here. I could build a stone deposit. I'll get there. I'll get there. One thing at a time, guys. One thing at a time. They do get to eat veggies. Everything seems to be good to go. I am out of clay for this bad boy. So we're definitely not there yet. I'm hoping I can get all of this constructed before things become a problem. Because this is going to suck up an insane amount of workers. An insane amount, actually. Don't think we have enough grain. We do not. Yeah, look at all this grain. We just literally can't even fit. Amazing. That's alright. It's turning into bread, so we're good. Almost done with the furniture here. Definitely need lots of wood. The transport to the wood is becoming an issue. Let's go ahead and add some more people to their woodcutters here. So we can produce just enough. Perfect, almost there. Almost there with the clay pits. We do have enough. We're gonna slow this down. The clay pit is gonna... there's so many people. That's too many people. It's way too many people. I'll do like 20 is fine. That's crazy. I really would like the clay to be stored here if we could. Clay and veggies. Yeah, I'm not sold on this. I actually kind of hate it. At least the big old square things, but you live and learn. Yeah, because these guys are really good at farming, it just feels like, and we haven't even touched the tech tree yet, and I kind of don't even want to. But we'll get there. We'll get there. Veggie farms, let's go ahead and add more veggie farms. We currently have 2. It's 5.5 right there. Alright, let's remove some then. Oop. Make it look a little cooler. It's just really long, I think. Awesome. And it is time to activate these jobs. Over here. Activate them up. Plenty of room to do what we need to do. Alright, let's go ahead and auto deploy this. This is where the clay is going to go. We'll store like 1084. I'm going to remove the clay from the one that was over here. I think this is where I stored it. Yep, let's get rid of that. The janitor. I'm thinking about putting some haulers for the janitor. The janitor's gonna get clay and stone, and that's what these haulers are for. It's gonna be clay, and this one will be stone. So that way, it's just got what he needs. Same thing with this janitor over here. I think probably wood is the one that makes the most sense for this bad boy. We can really kick up our wood production, actually, our grain production. We need a much bigger grain production here. So, walk me through this. Here's kind of what I'm thinking. I want to dismantle this, and this, and this, and honestly, all of that as well. I thought it looked cool. I am a lying sack of crap. That's on me. But with that, I can go to my blueprints, and I can get something truly special. Oh my gosh, that's gigantic. It's beautiful. It's too big. It's way too big. We're gonna do it. And then we're gonna recreate our entire organization here. We do have our charcoal, of course. Oh, we just got so much of everything right now. We have 281, so let's go ahead and bring in... We can do 400 pretty easy, I'm assuming. Oh yeah. Cool. Decent amount of meat just cause, I guess? I don't know. Don't really want the meat. I'll do something with the meat. I don't know what I'll do with them. People are starting to explode. Small adjustments, small adjustments. Okay, farms. Let's do our. How many do we have? We got a few. Let's just keep going. I don't want to go over the roads. Nope, that doesn't work either. Weird. Oh, good. Huge. Looking good. It'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. I did do it basically right over our diamond mine, and I gotta be honest with you guys, I'm not gonna do anything with the diamond mine. I'm not gonna touch the diamond mine. Amazing. Not really having that much difficulty getting the bread over here, so that's good to know. And there's just so much grain that's just left out. Here's what we're gonna do. We're actually gonna sell some. We are gonna actually put together our exports. And we'll just start making some money. I think we'll do them right outside, or we'll do them close to the market area. Well, a normal market would be over here though, so we'll do 1, 2, 3. Looks awesome. And we'll do some import depots as well. 1, 2, 3. Kind of putting in a generally centralized one. everyone's got what they need from the hearth and the well. Yeah, seems like everyone's doing just fine here. Having difficulty keeping up with our wood, but it's all good. Let's go ahead and fully stock this bad boy. Could start upgrading these, but I think I'm gonna hold off. One, two, three, four. We do have the road built. Let's go ahead and make our next. Oh, innovation, knowledge. Very cool. So as you guys can see, we haven't even upgraded our stuff yet. So we're gonna have so much room for improvement and growth just from this production. And then it just comes down to like, okay, can you get the logistics to set up though? They definitely want more furniture. And so it feels like the next big upgrade area is probably going to be over here. Also, why do any vegetables go over here? That's a crazy thing. They should... One second. Okay. This is... No fruit should be going here. This should be vegetables and clay. And, like, exclusively. Man, we haven't even really touched getting our clay set up yet. That's cool. Up to 400 population. Pretty quickly, too, I will say. Let's go ahead and do a save. This one is Farming Simulator 26. So far, so good. You know what we need, actually? We need lavatories. I just realized. You could probably put them right next to the janitor, actually. Yeah, let's do that. I totally forgot about lavatories, actually. There's only 7 services. Is that enough? I would be surprised if that was enough, actually. Fourteen services should be pretty solid. Let's do it. Workload is super low for that, actually, I just realized. And for the other things as well. Oh, I'm not exporting anything. What we're gonna do, first of all, We're exporting what? Excess bread. And we're pulling it from that warehouse, I guess. I do need to get a trade agreement going, actually. Yeah, that'll work with me. Sweet. Okay. So, with bread, you do get to pull from that. Only if it's above, like, 1.5. Let's try that. Oh, let's see if that works. How much am I willing to sell bread for? Kind of whatever, actually. And exporting a little bit. And reading a little bit, and some of it's decaying, but seems to be fine. Okay, it does stop. The export depot does stop. Okay, okay. I think people are actually eating it. That's my thought. That's my hope. Obviously, gotta be really careful with that, so. Nothing's being exported right now, so good, so good. Okay, all of these are fruits. So they should be fruits, truthfully. All these should be veggies in clay. Oh, and we're almost done with this bad boy. This is going to be our full bread manufacturing area. If we like this latrine, we'll set this up here. And yeah, we might remodel this. Maybe put this entire setup here on the right side. Kind of over in this area. We'll see. I think this is probably fine. So we're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we'll need one more to round us out, baby. Nice. Last one. Man, this just looks great. Six grains, 6 fruits, 6 veggies. Food stall. Doing pretty good. Go ahead and sell it when we have more than 1.3. See how that does. Yeah, we still have it's crazy. We still have grain from last year. That's how much. Oh, thank God. Okay. Whole bunch of grain, whole bunch of bread, whole bunch of charcoal. Yeah, it's got to be it, right? This is too much charcoal. That's way too much charcoal, actually. Get away with like 12. And actually probably should be storing wood here as well. And what I'll do with this warehouse is I will slowly move off of all of the grain. I think here I'll start slowly moving off of all of all the bread. So that way it goes here, starting to get more and more bread. Go. Now you're starting to go. It's just these two warehouses where we're storing bread. I'd like to completely stop storing bread here. Okay, good stuff. So all the bread's being stored. Now in this area, same thing with all the grain. Charcoal really just has not been a problem. Currently we can store up to 6,000 bread, which is freaking sweet. Not to mention all the fruits on all that kind of stuff. Finally at a relatively stable clip for what we need. Doing pretty decent on clay. I could really start making clay happen. I think I will. Let's do 30. You know what's insane? Oh my gosh. Who's the youngest person I can elevate? This guy. Oh. Oh, I need 650. That's what it was. I forgot. So I haven't even touched the tech trees yet. Bakeries are fully exposed with what we need. Oh, I just realized it doesn't have any of that pull source. This bad boy. We'll start selling clay. We're not very good at it, but it counts. We'll sell it when it's got more than like 300. Yeah, 312 seems fine. Because we produce a lot. How's Leftor doing? Is this servicing enough people? Looks like it is. Alright, let's go ahead and copy this. People in the clay pits. Gotta love it. Alright, let's really get in it. Seems like we're doing fine on stone somehow. And I don't fully understand. Alright, moving back to logistics for our boy over here. Let's go ahead and get those going. I need to make sure that I get this bad boy. That's how we're going to do that. Making lots of money. Whether it's from our clay or... Oh, crap. Oh, don't want to figure that out. Right. Let's do 1.5 again as our capacity for our bread. That way we're not pulling in too much of a problem here. We're doing super well on our industries. Very confused why we're not using stone as much. It must just be maintenance isn't needed. I mean, it uses 10 a day. I don't know where we're getting them from. Maybe we just stockpiled so many at the beginning it wasn't even necessary, but oh, good. Look at our isolated little throne. I think this is something that can easily support 1,000. I literally haven't used any of these at all. Could start going for the nursery, daycare maybe. Fine taste. Yeah, it's, you know, you could really put your money into this stuff. It's kind of insane, actually. They're not good at crafting. They're so bad at crafting. Ooh. Now we can make pawns, though. And so we will. Let's make some sick-ass ponds. This is kind of our prototype area that we love the most. Let's kind of put it over here, you know? Make this like a really cool pond. Yeah. Here's what we're gonna do. Oh, I don't want to do that. Who's the person who's doing this to me? Oh, they got 10 soldiers. Can I buy mercenaries? Is that a thing? Let's look. From wherever, you know? Where is mercenaries at? There we go. This guy's very expensive. They're too expensive. Oh, I should have freaking known. That's all good. This is a lesson to be learned. Man, 10 people too. That's crazy. Make a nice little pond. We have nobody to attack them, so what happens if you just have no one to attack anybody? We're on like Utopia mode too. Like I was really hoping we wouldn't have any bandits at all. But you know, here we are. Nice. We didn't have any soldiers, so it didn't matter. Yeah. Where are they? Is it these guys? It is. They got their 10 people. And they're gonna raid us. Oh. They've sacked your treasury for 60,000 and collected 40% of your warehouse stock. Jeez, bro. Okay. Well. Not gonna lie, bit of a bummer. But we were alright. Even with all the stuff that they took, like, we're still good. Well, it just goes to show, we have all these bandits at large. We got people who could, you know, definitely attack us in the future. So we should start thinking about our armies. I don't want to do that. I really don't. I'm not interested in playing that right now. But man, I think we could get up to like 1,000 people pretty quickly. Let's look at our grain. Currently, our grain production is 438, excuse me. So we could increase this. It would, oh my gosh. If employed, 4.7 workers, so that's 1.17 workers per point spent. Could do that. That's one thing. We could get into bread manufacturing. This is 0.6. It's not necessarily as effective, but not bad. 1.17, 1.17. All of these are great. Well, not necessarily the fruits as much, but. Alright, let's go ahead and add the veggies and fruit. Just the 1 point. Let's see what we were expecting. 3.9 thousand? Is that what we were expecting? Now that we have the bonus from technology, 0.3. Yep, up to 4,000. For fruit farms, 1.87 thousand. Why are we getting so much more from our grain? Did we already have an upgrade in grain or something? Doesn't really look like it. That's all our innovation. Where does that put us for grain production? Pretty high. 0.9. Okay. Is it time to add more people? What do I need here? This is the issue. We definitely need a canal. Okay, let's think about a water pump. Let's do that. Then we'll make a sick pond. 15 by 15. We'll get there. People are gonna love this thing. They're gonna be so excited about this. Either need to upgrade this or... Huh. Really no point in having all this extra space. Not gonna lie, pond kinda underwhelming. But this is fine. The next big stage, Let's go and sacrifice food. That's fine. Next big stage, of course, is going to be... Let's go ahead and remove this. Delete that bad boy. Next stage is making a huge production for bread. Currently, we pull in a bunch of grain. We pull in 7.7 thousand grain per year. So we got to turn that into bread. So, let's go ahead. The warehouse is probably unnecessary at this point since everything is here, right? That answer is yes. Let's let them clear out this entire warehouse. Okay. I'm going to delete this room. Dismantle this. I'm not ready to dismantle this yet, but pretty close. You still use so much grain. You still use so much grain. That's crazy. Coal. Wow. Capacity is still kind of crazy. All right, let's get back to our crafting, refining to make our sick old bakery. 56 employees. This one is gnarly. This one is absolutely atrocious. Probably lots of space you can fit in here, but I think this is fine. So we're gonna roll. And that's really gonna kick up our bread production. Oddly enough, I'm gonna switch this bad boy to grain, because I just don't need that much. Start selling the grain. Looking real good. I'm very happy with this. Do you have wood walls? Okay. Man, we just produce so much. Honestly, the biggest bottleneck has been wood. It's a good problem to have. It's a 500 population. Yep, we're going to use everybody. Changing the recipe, so we're using coal, of course. Yep. All right. Okay, let's expand our wood production pretty significantly. I think that's the next step here. Let's do it. We're also in need of probably an additional one of these bad boys. I'll pull from this one since it's a little bit more clean and tidy. Yeah, that'll work. Actually going to dismantle this bakery because it's redundant and unnecessary. And it is crazy how smooth this is. This game's insane. Just wow. Okay, using lots of charcoal there. can just bring in 600 people like that and they'll have no issues. This is crazy. Does it look disgusting? The answer is yes. It looks absolutely horrible. Oh, man. A whole bunch of people in the woodcutters, though. And that's where I'm going to put all this storage. It's just going to be wood. So then I can take the wood out of here. And this will be designated to just the bread and grain. And then I can focus on the task at hand. Still doing pretty well in this clay. I haven't really advanced that at all. I definitely could. Definitely could. 650 is probably the next big milestone, so actually let's do that. 660? Nope. 60 population-wise. Running out of bread is oddly enough the biggest issue that I'm housing right now. Okay. No vegetables. None of that. This one is strictly for wood. We're going to do about 100 crates in wood. The rest of it we'll do in charcoal. I'm going to remove all of the wood and all the charcoal, and I'm going to increase bread. Okay, even our fruit supply is too big now. No, we're good, we're okay. Didn't realize I was storing so little. Oh my gosh. I can add nobility. This is crazy. This is a relatively strong building pattern here. I think the biggest thing that I want to adjust here is maybe the roads for connecting things. You know? Why are people bouncing back and forth this way? What are they doing over here? What's this guy doing? What's his job? He's just warming up. Why is he going here? Does he live over here? This is where he lives. Okay, real quick, he's fetching something from here. What is he fetching? What could he possibly be fetching for the clay pit? Very weird. Making lots of money. Feels like I have the capacity to just blow up my stuff. So tell me if this is insane. Oh my gosh. Hey, we got a title. The Artisan. I did that with Cretonians as well. I did that with humans before. So that's pretty sick. Okay, we're gonna pause here. I'm gonna save this. Farming Simulator 2026. And then I'm gonna test something. Because I just want to see how well this will work. I'm going to boost our people up to 1010. And I just want to see if it can handle it. As simple as that. Simple as that. All right, here we go. I mean, so far we're fine. We do want to get a stone deposit coming sooner rather than later, actually. Can I just import stone? I can just import stone. What am I doing? How much is stone? It's about 37, or about 100. How much do I need? 17 a day. Yeah, that's probably fine. People are a little unhappy. Is it just an occupation thing? People that are employed. People need to be employed. What can they do? Let's max out our clay pit. Let's max out our charcoal. We are maxed out there. Maxed out in all of those. What about the carpenter? Maxed out there? Yep. Let's get some military going. This is definitely overkill. Let's do it. Get everyone started training on that. They'll have jobs. I mean, we're still good on food. That's not a problem at all. I'm getting real close to having to make a gigantic warehouse, though, which I'm kind of excited about, not gonna lie to you. That'll be some extra jobs for people. We're gonna need some stone here pretty soon. So let's actually start getting the stone gathered. Here's a spot right here. Oh, there's a bunch of stone right here, right here. Actually, I'm just gonna make the biggest frickin' stone making area that I can. So, not the perfect amount of deposits, but that should be fine. It needs a bunch of furniture. A bunch of furniture. Whole bunch of rocks available for us. Tell you what, the fruits are definitely lagging behind. Definitely lagging behind. Only 1.6 thousand. That's nothing. That's child's play. It's time to make our big kahuna. Big kahuna storage. Looks good. Wow. Look at all this stone. There's so much stone available for people to pick up. Just crazy. Just crazy. We are going to need a new one of these. Right behind here. gosh, like ants. It's beautiful. It's truly beautiful. We're running out of houses. Isn't that crazy? Needed so much wood. We're constructing a lot of things right now. So like the stone mine's taking a lot. We have plenty of stone, so we'll be good on it, but jeez, man. Yeah, the additional homes is crazy. What area for housing is a problem right now? Where do people want jobs? Let's look at our homelessness area. I'm assuming maybe more people want it over here? Maybe that's my guess. Because there's a lot of homeless people. It's a lot. That's fine. We got a housing crisis. Might need to make more woodcutters over here as well, maybe. Oh my gosh, this is running. Oh, beautiful. We're gonna put a bunch more bread, a bunch more grain, a bunch more stone, a bunch more clay, a bunch more furnitures, a bunch more coal, a bunch more fruits. Bunch more veggies. Housing is going to a good spot, a good home, some would say. Ooh. Almost up to 1,000. What's the big issue? Occupation, right? It's fine, people get jobs here very soon. First crime. Nice. Making a decent amount of money. Ooh, here's what we should store. We should start storing some rations. 25 of those. We'll start storing hammers as well. And some leather armor. And some tools. We don't even have a lab. We have not even set up a lab yet. That would be a great idea to do actually over here. some of the logistical issues, hopefully. Also, it might be time to focus on a new noble. Let's do it by age. Let's get someone who's young. 6.8 is pretty good, pretty young. We're going to assign them to grain making. Let's do grain. Start even making more grain than that. 3.2 bonus. 2.5 from nobility? Jeez. That's actually crazy. That's insane. Just wow. Just wow. We're definitely having an issue with our furniture. I wonder if it's just also maintenance. Yeah, definitely not enough furniture here. Let's make some more carpenters. Ah. Hopefully we can produce some more. What else needs to actually be completed? Everything seems fine. This one definitely gets stone. I think wood makes sense for this guy. Definitely a lot of stone here. Okay. It's so hard to get furniture in the city. It's actually impossible, it looks like. Which is fun. I don't know. I think that's fun. Oh, up to 1,000. This is the first time I've ever gotten a civilization up to 1,000 before. And I'm just... This is amazing. I am producing so much. It's amazing. It's so hard to get wood. So hard. A couple people are deranged, but honestly, that's fine. Finally about to get our military set up here. Let's do 50. That way we can keep all of our other production still fine. Also, what happened to our grain farms? Up to 13,000. Okay, I got a feeling we're gonna be a-okay. This one does 6,000. Let's move all of our production here. This gets me up to 13,000 for grain, at least. Huge explosion. I think it's for this, yes, stone pit. Just glorious. Just glorious. 1,000 population. Very proud of this right now. Making a couple of mega highways here. Laboratory done? It absolutely is. That's too much, also. It's all good. Running out of houses. Well, I think this has been a pretty successful run so far. I might continue it, but I'll be honest with you guys, like, this is a lot. This is a lot of work here. It was satisfying. Let me finish this up here. What an awesome, awesome game. Just blown away. All done with very, like, minimal minimal gameplay. Like, the decorations are very limited. I could go ham. Oh my gosh, this is just kind of crazy. I don't even have all of the upgrades. Could gather tax. That's cool. Let's let this run for a little bit. I might go ahead and actually add a new noble. Yep. And then you are going to be either grain, maybe bread. What's my current hold right now? Alright, let's chill for a sec. What's the issue? Why are people not happy? Is it an access thing? You guys really want to close. Food preferences slightly down for some reason. I don't know how. You're getting everything you... Ooh, I probably just need more food stalls. That's my guess. Let's see. Any areas that need more? Over here, I guess, needs more. Somehow? Oh, vegetables. I ran out of vegetables. That's kind of surprising, actually. I mean, it's only producing like 1.6 thousand, so not too surprising, all in all. Heart's good, well's good, market's good. Could do a hospital. Yeah, happiness is going down. Fulfillment, probably? Maybe occupation. Fulfillment's a big one. What do you guys want for fulfillment? Retirement would be good. Furniture would be really good. I mean, you guys can have furniture. I just feel like the problem tends to not be furniture. How about this? You get stone. You can get some furniture, not a lot. You can get... how about you get a bunch of clay? And I'll even give you guys some wood. You guys want anything else? So hopefully that helps out a little bit. Just kind of stabilize us. I need more room for my bread. Running out of room for the bread. I don't know. How are we doing? Alright, well you can just see how truly insane this build is right now. a lot of space on the roads, probably way too much space. I'll probably put down some decorations at some point. Actually, I'll just do that now. Let's put down a whole bunch of decorations. Let's start with blah, blah, right here. We'll do fire. Not a death monument. That seems crazy. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Nice. We'll just kind of create a couple of those sets, and I might just copy it over to the other side if I like it. If I like the style, it doesn't look too bad. The torches are too close. I will say that for sure. For sure. For sure. Ooh, everyone is craterism, which is very helpful. Let's go ahead and make a big old religious shrine. Let's make it as big as we can. Here's the strat. This is 52. So 25 in. Oh my gosh. Actually tends to be easier if this is where it's at. Okay, so perfect actually. Bunch of wild grain here. That's so funny. This is where our nobility is going to live. Oh, I had so many people. Nice little courtyard area. That's nice. I'll tell you what, man. This game is something else. It really is. Well, you know, every single game I get a little bit better. Not a lot, but a little bit. And I'll tell you this, it gets more and more fulfilling every single time. I'm super happy with this one. I thought it turned out great. I only touched one side of the river. This is definitely one that you could easily expand. Look at all this extra space I haven't even touched yet. All the inefficiencies that I did. I mean, this one particular pavilion layout is not even close to efficient. I can guarantee there's so many areas that really could. What's going on here? Anyway, really could improve. But that's it for now. I hope you enjoyed the long play. 1.19 thousand plebeians. This is definitely one of the coolest games that I've played. One of the coolest runs, relatively easy. We made a couple small errors, I think, but haven't even really did anything with military conquest. But in this short little time, we're able to get up to 1.19k. If you like this, if you want to see a little bit more of the city continue to grow and build, feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll be posting a little bit more about it. If it gets good reception, I'll just keep posting this. Other than that, though, this is a really good test to see just the power of farming, like one noble sum of the technology and everything. So I'm really happy about this. All right, y'all. That's it. My name's Laundry. I'll catch you around.